Hello, everybody. Today we are going to learn about the building blocks of programming. We're going to talk about variables, operators, and statements. This is the building blocks for all programming languages, but especially in Python for sure. Today, specifically, we're going to go over what variables are. We're going to talk about their different types that they can have. We're going to talk about specifically about operators and what it means to operate. We're going to talk about putting in all of these things together into a statement. And what exactly does that mean when you execute a statement? And then finally, we're going to wrap this all up with commenting your code. So let's get started with this and building the building blocks of your programming language. So when I was about 5 years old, my father had set out a computer, and actually we were moving from one house to the other, and they had taken the computer apart. So they'd taken the monitor off and the tower and all that stuff. And being the gaming nerd that I was, I immediately, at 5 years old, put it all back together and started playing with it. Luckily, my father kind of saw that as, hey, this might be something I should probably pique his interest in. And so after moving to the new house, he printed out this paper that had a whole bunch of just gibberish, it seemed like to me. And he said, copy exactly what you see on this paper in this console on the computer, and then press enter when you're done with it, and push these set of buttons and when you're done with it. And so being 5 years old, not knowing really how to type, I just literally just kind of unpacked and typed out all these characters, and then lo and behold, at the end, I had created, I think it was like tic-tac-toe, that was on there. That was the first time I had ever written a piece of software, was from that, and it was purely just copying and pasting some sort of code from somewhere else. I don't even know what programming language it was. It might have even been Fortran. And so I remember very distinctly doing that and just sitting there and just typing all these out and wondering, what does each of these things mean, and do all this. Looking back now, I realize I was literally just creating these set of variables, configuring them using operators, and combining these operators and variables into a set of statements. And by combining all these sets of statements, I was able to create a basic tic-tac-toe program. And it was kind of one of the most exciting things I've ever had to do. And so today we're going to do that. We're going to show you how to really start putting together some of these variables and statements to actually start doing things in programming. What are you going to learn specifically? Well, you're going to learn what are exactly are variables, how to create them in Python, and how to name your variables carefully and clearly. We're going to talk about what keywords are in Python and what the basic data types are in Python, and then how to determine what that type is of potentially a variable or some of these maybe non-variable types. We're going to talk about what are statements and operators. And then we're going to talk about commenting our code as well in that. I'm really excited that you guys decided to stick with me today and learn a little bit more about Python. And so we're going to go ahead and get started with what exactly are variables.